In 218 BC, a Carthaginian general stood at the foot of the Alps with 37 war elephants, 38,000 soldiers, and a plan so insane that Rome never even considered defending against it. Nobody crossed the Alps in winter. Nobody crossed them with an army. And nobody, absolutely nobody, had ever done it with elephants. He did it in 15 days. And when he came down the other side, he won battle after battle against the greatest military power on Earth, on their own soil, for 15 years, without ever losing a major engagement. And then, he lost everything. Hannibal Barca was born in 247 BC in Carthage, a city-state in what is now Tunisia, North Africa, that was, at that time, Rome's only equal in the Mediterranean world. His father, Hamilcar Barca, whose name meant lightning, was a general who had fought Rome in the First Punic War and never forgiven them for winning. According to ancient sources, Hamilcar made his young son swear an oath before the gods that he would never be a friend of Rome. Hannibal was 9 years old. He kept that oath his entire life. Rome had naval superiority. The sea was locked. So Hannibal chose the one route Rome believed was physically impossible and used that impossibility as his weapon. In late September 218 BC, Hannibal began the Alpine crossing. What he was attempting had never been done. The Alps in October are not a hiking trail. They are a killing ground. Narrow passes, rock slides, hostile mountain tribes attacking from above, and cold that can kill an unprepared man in hours. And he had 37 elephants. African forest elephants, not the enormous savanna elephants you picture, but still massive animals, weighing several tons, requiring enormous quantities of food and water, terrified by ice, and completely unsuited to narrow mountain paths. At one critical point, a rock slide blocked the only viable path. Hannibal ordered his men to build fires directly against the rock face, heat it until it glowed, then pour vinegar over it. The thermal shock cracked the stone. His engineers broke through it with picks and levers and carved a path wide enough for elephants to pass. This technique was recorded by ancient historians, Polybius and Livy, though its exact accuracy is still debated by modern scholars. What is not debated? He got through. The Romans had no idea he was coming. The consul, Publius Scipio, who had been sent to intercept Hannibal along the Rhône, arrived at the river to find him already gone, already in the mountains, already beyond stopping. What happened next is one of the most extraordinary military campaigns in history. Hannibal descended into northern Italy and immediately began winning. Against Roman armies that outnumbered him, on terrain they chose, by tactics they had never seen before. The Roman military system, the most powerful in the Western world, could not beat him. They lost army after army. Rome began running out of men. Several Italian city-states abandoned their alliance with Rome and joined Hannibal. For 15 years, he camped on Italian soil, undefeated in the field. But Hannibal never took Rome. And this is the part of the story that historians still argue about. After Cannae, his greatest victory, Hannibal did not march on the city. Why? No one fully agrees. His cavalry commander, Hannibal, reportedly said, "You know how to win a victory, Hannibal. You do not know how to use one." Hannibal needed reinforcements, siege equipment, and resupply. Carthage, distracted by political divisions and other wars, sent almost nothing. He was winning every battle in Italy and slowly being starved of the resources to finish the war. Carthage surrendered. Hannibal spent his remaining years in exile, hunted by Rome, moving from court to court across the eastern Mediterranean. When Roman envoys finally cornered him in Bithynia, he took poison rather than be captured. He was around 65 years old. His final words, according to ancient sources, "Let us relieve the Romans of their fear of one old man." Hannibal Barca never conquered Rome, but he forced Rome to become the empire it became. The military reforms Rome adopted after nearly being destroyed by him, larger armies, more flexible tactics, a professional standing military, are the direct reason Rome went on to dominate the ancient world for the next 600 years. His crossing of the Alps is still studied at military academies around the world. Napoleon Bonaparte said Hannibal was the greatest general who ever lived. The U.S. Military Academy at West Point teaches his tactics. The double envelopment he used at Cannae, surrounding and destroying a larger force, became the model for military encirclement strategy for 2,000 years. He crossed the Alps with 37 war elephants in winter. He won every battle. He lost the war. And the enemy he spent his life trying to destroy became the most powerful civilization in Western history, partly because of him. If that ending hit different, subscribe, because the histories worth knowing are never the simple ones. Drop a comment. Who do you think was the greater general? Hannibal, who won every battle and lost the war? Or Scipio, who lost battles and won the war?